Hello and welcome back everyone. Well, I've finally done it. I've got the roof tent on. It took a little bit of time. I did want to get out and about early autumn, but travel restrictions and stuff, I don't know if it's worth it, but it's on. What do you think? Got the awning there as well. As you can see, I can only have quite a small awning because of where the tent's going on the back there, so it's kind of in line with the roof. And I can still pack stuff underneath. So I wanted to keep the vehicle low enough to still be able to kind of access car parks and stuff because it's kind of my daily driver. But yeah, I'm up on some blocks on the other side because it's not even here, but other than that, it took a couple of attempts. It's a spacious thing, this roof tent, so I'll show you it. It's some nice comfort. So here you can kind of see the inside and where it opens up, the other side there as well, and your windows. This is a very plush mattress, which is nice, and yeah, you can sleep too. It's very long. I'll show you better when I'm in it. It's going to be a bit hard to film with this, but yeah, you got your bug nets and everything, and them kind of stretchers going across, that just holds everything in when it folds down, so you just undo them, or you can leave them up and use them kind of like washing lines and things like that, keep gear out of the way. But there is kind of, you can see pockets along the sides and everything, vents at the top. Pretty standard for a tent. It's quite a thick material, but everything obviously is also protected with a fly as well. Yeah, and this is just the awning. It's only like 1.5 or 1.8 by 2 meters. It's not very big. I've showed this in a video already, but it's enough to kind of sit under. You could bivvy under here as well if you didn't want to use the roof tent, or if I didn't have it on. But yeah, it's really simple and it's really inexpensive compared to some out there. I'll put links to that as well. But yeah, you've got these kind of stretchers and the legs all adjustable. Loving this setup. Brought a spirit level just to check my levelness so I'm not rolling out of it in the night. But you can see I've got tons of room in here, which I do plan to utilise for certain things, like a chuck box. And yeah, it's not a bad fitting. It's pretty simple really, the actual roof tent itself, once you've got some kind of rack system on there. These are front runners, I think it is. Yeah, I'll link everything below because I know people are asking anyway. But yeah, even though I did have a system for putting a rack in here, it was too low. It would have been kind of level with the top there, and I wanted it a bit up, have a bit of room under there. I thought I'd take advantage of this situation, bring this out somewhere I'm familiar with and kind of test how I'd run it if I'm kind of out kind of overlanding. So I brought the fire pit with me, the Winterwell one that you may have seen me use before. And I thought, well, I could use that, and kind of if I'm somewhere where I can't have a campfire, I can use this. And you know, this just, it's dirty, so it just goes in the back of the truck easy. In there with a chuck box when I make it, and yeah, just have it just outside of the tarp here. I mean, probably could have it under the tarp if it's not too big a fire. It's a canvas one. But yeah, that's why we're here, testing everything out, playing around, seeing what works, what doesn't, before we go somewhere interesting with it. Well, it's getting on already. The clocks have changed now, so it's getting dark earlier. So I need to process a bit of this firewood from the wood store, because that's not too far over there, which is quite handy. And yeah, just get sorted ready for this evening. Well, I've just been playing around with this new toy. I got one of them O-Light O-lanterns you've probably seen about. Very bright. Check out the review channel, I'll link it below, and I'll do a full review of this. I'm out for a couple of nights, so I can give it a good test. I'll get it hung up under the awning probably, maybe in the tent later, and put it through its paces. Let's have a proper play with this. As you can see, this is the perfect height for me. It's probably about 6'1" or something, so I'm a bit under that. Has actually been very wet the last couple of days, pouring. But there's quite a big canopy in this bit, so I can get some smaller bits kindling, get this fire going in a bit. Cheers everyone, it's good to be all set up and know I'm all sorted. It's also really good to get out and try this. I ordered this months and months ago, and it was put back because of everything that's been going on, and then it took me a while to decide on how to attach it to the truck and everything. So it's really good to get out in it finally. But she's starting to come together. Be really good to get down to Salisbury Plains or something, or the Wales if they ever let us back in. So I would like to know what you guys think of sort of the overlanding and truck tenting, if that's something you welcome to the channel or not. Something I've wanted to do for a very long time, but they're not cheap. This one, it's probably the most inexpensive one, and it's the kind of style that I was after as well. And they're not too far away actually, they're in Essex, just over the river from me. But I guess the proof's in the pudding. Looks like we're probably going to get some rain, so put it to the test. I can tell you the cover works well, because it's been pouring down the last 2 days since I put it on. If I get a bit of a base, I've actually just got these wood walls, because I'm not bushcrafting here, I'm testing out how I would do this on the road. Could do some new matches. These ones are from a ration pack a long time ago. There we go, no faffing around, that shouldn't take long to take at all. It's been raining for a couple of hours here now. I've just been chilling out, having a beer by the fire here. I've just pulled the fire under the tarp here. I think it should be okay, because I need to start doing some cooking very shortly. Gonna do some tacos. Yeah, I just need to just burn down a little bit so I can get the grill on there, and we'll get cooking. I'll better do some prep first. Just got a few bits and bobs to prep here, nothing too stressful, just basically like a bit of a salsa, one of my chilies from the garden this year. All that sun really did a great job. Some lime, some onion, some garlic in there somewhere as well, and this will be a bit of a topping for our tacos. Here goes with the beef. I quickly knocked up a spice mix as well, all the usual suspects for a taco spice. Okay, we're very nearly done here. We'll be able to plate these tacos up. Okay, we're going soft shell with our tacos here, or tortillas. Put our meat in. A bit more than that. And our kind of salsa mix here. And I've got a bit of sour cream to go in each one. A little extra squirt. Got a bit carried away just having a beer and watching the fire. Very much needed. It's nothing like the fresh salsa. Bloody lovely. There's a bit of a break in the rain at the moment. It's only spitting down, but the tent's had a hammering tonight. The awning's held up. I guess I'll find out about the tent once I get in it. I'm sure it's fine. that's hot. Cuppa before bed, so I'll finish this off, let the fire die down, and climb up into the roof tent. Try it out for the first time. I'll show you the inside when I'm up there, but it might be easier just to show you in the morning as well, just to get a better idea. Can't see what you're seeing perfectly here, but this is it. It's pretty big. Bags of room above me here. I've got my sprout light up. Yeah, this is the first time I've really properly been fully in it, to be honest. There's just so much room. I can lay out my clothes next to me and everything. Really looking forward to this. This is such a plush mattress. I know the camera's moving here as I'm moving, but yeah. There's pockets everywhere in here, so many of them, for a wallet and stuff like that. The vents, extra windows and stuff. I've got this one open, this is just the mesh here at the moment. Yeah, so I'm going to get off and I'll show you a bit better tomorrow. Good night. Good morning. Quite a good night's sleep, to be honest. It was very cosy up there. Went to bed with a bit of an achy leg and woke up and it was all gone, so that's a good sign. It's been quite mild here, to be honest. Waking up was quite mild, last night was mild. Didn't rain too much more in the night, but everything did get a good testing last night in the evening. And it's all good. Tiny bit of condensation up in the roof tent, but you know, is how it is, and it's kind of double walled anyway. Did seem to manage to get flat, which was nice. I've definitely put in a spirit level for the the truck set up. Got the fire going now, cook some breakfast in a moment, and yeah, potter around camp. I'll just show you the inside of the roof tent again. It's quite hard to film like through the opening, but you can see there's bags of room in there, and I'm quite untidy. I've got a boot bag there as well, which is, I thought would be a good idea for getting up here and then taking the boots off and keeping them in there. Otherwise you've got to get down to where your boots are. But yeah, just bags of room. It's like a king size bed, if not bigger. I'm just going to prepare some eggs and some milk in here. And before it's completely mixed, I'm going to be adding in some cinnamon. Oh, a bit windy. The wind's really picking up here. I don't really know how much cinnamon, to be honest. Making French toast, it's not something I've really done before, to be honest. So that looks like quite a lot. On the pan, just to heat that up. And the first slice, white sliced bread. Wow, that wind is picking up something fierce. There is a storm blowing in. Alright, so that's butter and oil there. Just going to go in with the first slice. Possibly wasn't hot enough. I guess we'll see. Well, this will probably shock you guys, I can't find my spatula and I haven't got time to make one. Right, let's flip it with this. That doesn't look bad to me. Well, this is my first French toast slice. And I hear it's rude not to have syrup on it. So we'll give that a go. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I always thought it sounded like a bit of a weird combination, but that really does go. Right, a couple more of these this morning, I think. In with number 2. I reckon I may have cracked it with number 2. More even heat in the pan. Getting really windy, but it has blown in some sun momentarily until the rain comes in, I guess. Probably hear that. It's coming down pretty hard. So yeah, getting to test everything out, that's for sure. Undecided at this point if we're going to stay another night or what. I was going to go do some hot tent camping somewhere else, but we'll see. If it just carries on like this now, I might just stay another night in this setup. Yeah, there's enough room under this little awning for me. Sit here, a little fire there, and can have the camera and get in and out the truck. Having these little overhangs on the tent, especially on the sides, handy as well, so I can get around to the tailgate of the truck and I'm sort of covered there. Yeah, loving this. Once got the chuck box and a few other bits and bobs, it's going to be pretty sweet. I was going to bring one of my tables today, but completely forgot about that. But yeah, that's why we do this. Learn what you need and what you don't need in a certain sort of camping scenario. So yeah, I'm just going to sit here and enjoy this rain. It is pouring. Probably should have brought down the front poles here so I had more of a runoff. So I've got a bit of pooling happening. In between the tent and the tarp isn't so bad, I guess because the rain's sort of sideways, but yeah, I'm going to have to do that and not on my feet. I've retreated to the roof tent. I've opened up a couple of the windows for a little bit of light in here, and I've got the sprout one on. Seems to be bright enough, I don't need to get the O light. I just did something a bit silly where I took down one corner of the awning and I was underneath that corner when I took it down, so yeah, I got a bit splashed. Luckily I had the waterproof jacket on, got the most of it. Gonna sit this out for a bit. It's not going to stop till late afternoon, so I'm probably going to sit in here and watch a film or something. I've got a couple on my phone, and that's going to be my afternoon by the looks of it, because this is pretty heavy. Sort of comes in waves, and I think it's like 40-mile-an-hour winds as well. Not that you can feel that so much in the woodland. Yeah, time for a little chill. Well, it's been a few hours since it started raining now. It's mid-afternoon. Opened up the back window here just for a bit of view, bit of air. But yeah, it seems this is going to go on for some time. I never checked the weather before I come out. I just come out. It's a good test. This is, you know, completely dry, so that's good to know. Maybe a small camp towel up in here be a nice thing, because you come up and if you've got a bit of wet on you, you can just, you know, rather than bringing it in. But yeah, all learning. Good fun. Hoping to get a bit of a roast on later, a bit of a pot roast in the Dutch oven, so hopefully I'll be able to have a fire. Luckily I can run up to the wood store. Well, you can see where I brought down one corner. It's started letting off a bit now. Probably start again soon, but I thought I'd get some firewood done while it's like this. Big one. Came down here to the stream just for a little bit of a walk, stretched my legs after being in the tent so long, but just to see how high this level's come up. If you've seen my previous videos, you'll see how high this is in comparison to how it's been over the summer. A lot easier to get to filter and stuff now as well. I'll have to try one of them water wheels for a spit. Good to have a nice little walk though. I've just got the fire going here to get dinner on, and I am starving because it's been a while since I last filmed. Yeah, I'm going to get a tripod over this with the Dutch oven. Just prepare the meat first. I'm just going to chop this garlic up into smaller pieces here. I've got the rosemary, and I'll just make some incisions to put the garlic and pieces of rosemary into. So I just do that all over this lamb shank, and then we'll get that into our Dutch oven. I've got a trivet in here, and I'm just going to put the meat in for now, and I'll just start that off before putting the veg in. Get a nice roast going. Right, I've got some veg here, so I get this lid off here, and this veg has got some oil on it already, so I'm just going to put them in around. I've lost one bit of carrot there. Stick the lid back on, and it's going to take another hour or so. I've been waiting for a while. It's about time, so I'm just going to mix up a little bit of gravy. Well, here's the shank, looking very nice indeed. Some potatoes here. They're not the most roasted looking in the world, but I'm sure they're going to be lovely. Some carrots. Got some more in the Dutch oven, but I'll save that. And I'll add some of this gravy. It's getting pretty late and I'm starving, so I'm looking forward to getting into this. Need to get a fork as well.
Good morning. As you can hear, it is raining once again. I think it didn't through the night. I don't know, to be honest. I slept right through until I woke up this morning to this. I didn't put down one leg of the awning again, so I haven't got a run off, but it's not too bad. And I appear to have left my Dutch oven out in the rain. Whoops. Don't have a beer and camp. Yeah, gonna get up, have a little breakfast and head on out of here. It's gonna be nice and muddy for the drive out, so that's gonna be fun. But gonna have to get out of here first, I suppose. It's actually not too heavy this morning, to be honest. The wind picks up in gusts and blows it all out of the trees. But I've dipped the awning a bit now. Fire's going, little log cabin fire with an emergency hexi tab, just to get breakfast going. Not going to be a big fire. Yeah, and I'll see what it's like to get packed away in the rain, to be honest. Rain does get through and gets into the truck bed there. So the cover is wet itself as well, so yeah, it's going to be fun. Just means when I get home I'm going to have to get it all out once the sun comes out, if it ever does. But yeah, it has worked tremendously and very comfortably, I must say. I'm very happy and very looking forward to taking it out properly if and when I can. It's also been nice this weekend just to be able to have a few walks around the woodland, which I don't normally have time for with other videos. Just going up and explore and stuff like that. Lombe. I had the Dutch oven lid, so I thought I might as well use it just to set the eggs. Some nice Cumberlands, smoky bacon, piece of black pudding, and fried eggs, and a tiny bit of charcoal.
Wind's picking up again, although there is a gap in the rain. Check that out. Nice hearty breakfast for the journey home. And I know what you're waiting for, I haven't got any with me. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. It's definitely something a bit different for the channel. Hope to be doing a lot more of this in more exotic locations at some point, but a few more test trips I think first. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.